Hello and welcome to Women's World on SRC Television. I'm Jane Aino. Today on the program, we'll be taking a look at and treating women and the fight against corruption in our society. Don't go away, I'll be right back after this time out. The fight against corruption in our society is a collective responsibility. We shouldn't leave it in the hands of the government alone. Women are the custodians of virtue. They should be allowed to teach virtues in their children and let them know that corruption is something they shouldn't have anything to do with. Since women are the ones that raise children from cradle to adulthood, and whatever the women impart in these children is what they live with. The women are home builders, and they are the ones that build the family. So today, if we exempt women in the fight against corruption in our society, then we will be going nowhere. I have here with me today in the studio Chief Mrs. Smart Victoria. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Do you agree with the school of thought that women should be the main agents to fight against corruption in our society?
Yes, I quite agree with that, because women are the architects of individual homes. And what do we call a home? A home comprises of a man, a woman, and their children. So a woman is the builder of that home, and whatever virtue he puts in the home, particularly on the children, that is what the children will that is how the children will be behaving, and the children will hold on the virtue. So I quite agree that we have a lot of responsibilities as women in the building of the home and in making sure that corruption is out of the way in every home.
Some people believe that women are the bedrock of corruption in our society. What's your thought on this?
I want to agree, because women are known to be salts of life. How do I mean? If a man wants to go out on enjoyment, he cannot enjoy on himself. We have to take along a woman to make the journey, a joyous one, a happy one. Because of this, we would like to have his enjoyment with a woman. And women, they would like to have, they always like to ask for something that will make them happy, but they wouldn't mind the package, so to say, of the man. They will be demanding from the man just to make them happy and to make them comfortable, to make them joyous. So the man will want to go extra mile in satisfying the woman. He wants to do anything. He wants to run faster than his shadow to ensure that he satisfies the woman. So because of that, the man will do anything to make sure that he has money to satisfy the woman. So
in other words, you're saying women are the cause of corruption in this
I want to say yes.
Really?
Yes.
Please prove this. I really want to know how.
I said earlier on that men always like to go out with women because they cannot just enjoy themselves on their own. And you see, we women, we like to be gorgeous. We like to be, particularly when we identify with someone in authority or someone high there, we want people to see us as being gorgeous, that we are related to that person. So we want to demand a lot from that man to give us something that will make us to be gorgeous. And the man would like to satisfy us. Even if the pay package doesn't make it comfortable to satisfy, we want to go extra mile. We want to go out of his way just to make sure that he satisfies the woman.
Okay then, if women are the cause of corruption in our society, how can they be the icon that we need to eradicate corruption in our society? How can they be the two?
That's very good. Women, like I said earlier on, we are architects of a home. We are supposed to imbibe good behavior in the children. We are supposed to teach them those that are wrong. Let them know those that are wrong from those that are right. Teach them the right things the right morals, right values in the home. With that, we know what is right for a child to do at a particular time in the home. Imagine a woman that wants to send his boy out to buy something. Go and buy me a packet of detergent. When you come back, I'll give you a packet of biscuit. That is wrong for a woman. So a woman is in a place in the home to teach virtues, to teach morals, and to teach all things that are wrong, that are right, to checkmate what the excesses and wrongs of the children and even the husbands. Because as long as a man marries a woman, that woman becomes the part of the man. She even becomes the mother of the man because they deal directly with themselves. They are very close to themselves. He is very close to the woman than the mother, than the biological mother. This is the reason why a woman is an icon, of curbing corruption in our
society.
Yes, in our society.
A lot of, over time, some women have been have really embarrassed womanhood. What am I saying in a nutshell? Some of them have been put in leadership positions where they are in the forefront of corruption. Some of them have been checked by EFCC in our society. How then can women have the voice to speak and say they are the tools to fight corruption in our society? If we have some women involved in corruption, in corrupt acts.
Thank you very much. It's unfortunate that we have such women. There must be a bad egg amongst many. If there are many eggs, we'll definitely find a bad one. And you see these women, they don't just find themselves in the position of authority one day. They must have mixed and mingled with bad men. Because men influence them. I want to believe that men influence the women because women are known to be object, let me say, of perfection, because we perfect things. We are made to correct things. We are made to put things right. We are made to shape things. But if you see women that have gone wrong, particularly when we are talking of corruption, that have been involved in corruption, look at them very well. They must have come in contact with a lot of bad men who have influenced their behavior, and that is the reason why they become corrupt themselves, and it's unfortunate. But I would not want us women to say that because some of us have failed and they have named some names of women among the names of corrupt men, that we should relent. We shouldn't relent. We have to checkmate them. We have to checkmate those that we feel that they are corrupt still, because it's our responsibility. I want to hammer that it's our responsibility to checkmate corruption in our society.
Now, how can women solve the puzzle when they are the cheats in the game? Do you know what I'm talking about? How can they solve the puzzle when they are the cheats in the game?
Thank you very much. This will start from home, and it will start from the children. Like I said earlier on, we women, we are custodians of our children. We know what is right. We know how to put them right so that they will not come back to behave in a corrupt way. So we are very close to our children, and most of our time, because these children pass through us, we have some influence on them, and we can check on them when they are doing something wrong, and they are doing something to excess. We as mothers, because mothers, wives, we are all women, we are supposed to check them, and we can check them. So when we see our children bringing in something that is too high for their income, we have to check on them. If you see any of our children going about, the way we have not taught her, we have to check him or her. By this, we be an icon to check corruption. Then we come in contact. We are the custodian of our husbands too. Whatever the position, the responsibility or roles of a man, he is our husband. Whatever his responsibility is still our husband. So we are supposed to check him. my dear, this thing that you are doing, it appears it's too much for you. It appears it's too much for your package, for your monthly package. How do you come about this? Even if you want to behave as a man, deep within himself, he will know that this woman is talking to me. This woman is trying to checkmate me because she knows my pocket. She knows my package at the end of the month. She knows that I'm going, above my package. So he will have to control himself. And by that, he will know that we as women, or as his wife, the person does not like such behavior.
Now let's talk about battle against corruption.
Okay.
Is it actually on course in our society?
I won't say yes, because I've not seen any influence or any consequences of anybody. See that person going, she's so and so that was caught with corruption, and this is the penalty. No, it's a fact that they have been mentioning names, and they say they claim to have been arresting people, but when we hear if the noise of arrest, if it goes higher and higher for 2-3 days, within a week you won't hear anything about it again. And you discover that even if they have been arrested, nothing is being done to them. So I don't see any consequence of.
What are the consequences of corruption?
Oh.
What are the consequences?
You can see the moral standard of our society these days. That is one of them. The moral standard is very, very low. I won't say we even have morals, even among the youths, among the adults. Whatever age, there is no more moral. The value is no more there as human beings. We behave as if we are out of our ways all the time. Look at our children now. When we work in those days, when our parents worked in those days, they were building our future as they were working. But as we are working now, we are just chopping the future of our children.
Like we don't even think
about the future of our children at all, because we feel that we have to eat everything by this way of corruption. Just finish eating everything that is on ground before us, just to finish it in a day and satisfy and use it to satisfy the immediate family. Forget and the immediate period, forgetting about the future of these children.
What have the women been busy with if they have not been able to meet up with their responsibilities, to imbibe good morals in their children and then give their husbands good advice and the likes? What have they been busy doing?
Thank you very much. We have been very responsible as women. I'm not saying we have not been responsible, but women, we go out on our daily work too.
Is that what the problem is?
We have, I won't say that.
Okay.
Because we have to go out too and do some work. So we have to, women go out to do some work, but we are supposed to come back home, sit down with the children, teach the children moral values, let them know the virtues, let them know what is expected of children according to the Bible that tell us the roles of every member of the family. Let them know the roles. So we are not doing bad, we are not doing enough.
Okay.
We are not doing enough in building the nation by building our children and our husband. That's what I'm saying. We are supposed to have been doing more than we are doing. We are really working around the clock. We go out to work. We come back home to prepare the home, to prepare to take care of the children, to make sure the house is good. We are really doing it, but in the aspects of impacting discipline to the children, we still have to do more. We have more work to do. Like, I mentioned this sometimes, that when men are going out, they like to go with women, because women are salt. They are salt of life. So without them, they will not enjoy wherever they are going, whatever they are doing. So it's these men that have spoiled these children, the girls. So they will not allow them. They will not allow them to really read and study and know what they really went to the school to do. Instead, they will go out, go about, and come back. They have been stuck with a lot of money. They will go and give the lecturers some money, and what else? The lecturer will just award some marks, very good marks to such people, because their parents have been robbed with
women
beautiful
today.
money.
Are they really imbibing in their children or imparting in their children hard work that pays? Because it seems to be like the youths of today seem to have love for money without work. What's your thought on this? What do you make of this?
We have a lot of different type of women, like we have been saying. We have some people that are really disciplined and they still disciplining their children. Still, we have some people that are bad, that they are not even disciplined themselves. So indisciplined mothers will really not discipline their children. But I want to preach once again and to plead unto women that we have to, to impact, to imbibe good behavior in these children. Okay. So that they will know that they have to work. They don't have to just sit down in a place and expect money to come. They have to work very hard. They have to know that money follows hard work. Not that you just sit down or you just do what type of nasty thing somewhere and expect money to come. No, they have to work, and it's our responsibility as women to teach them right from the youthful days that you, my daughter and my boy, you have to work before you have to pay, you have money.
Okay, if you were the president of the nation, we are saying now that women are the tools to eradicate corruption in our nation. As a woman, if you were the president of the nation, what will you do to eradicate corruption in our society?
Thank you very much. If I happen to be the president of this nation, I will first of all give 6 months maternity leave to the women, so that they will breastfeed their children exclusively for 6 months, so that the children will have very good background and foundation. Then I will allow women to close by 12 noon, so that they will come back to the house and take care of the children and impact real discipline and good virtue onto these children to give them good background. Then this holiday lesson, if I have the power to stop it, particularly for the children in primary school, I won't allow the children in primary school to go for holiday lesson, because they have had about 9 months non-stop studies. Then if I were the president of this nation, anybody found with corruption is just to arrest and to take to the court immediately. I won't give them any time for any other discussion or any dialogue. No. If you have been arrested and they say they found some money in your care, just take the person to court straight, and whatever penalty, let the person face the penalty.
As it is in the nation, it is obvious we all are corrupt. Whether you're a child, a youth, a woman, a man.
Yes.
Where do we go from here?
I think we have to really pray to God, so that He will change every one of us. We need changes. We need some changes, so that we have that mind that we have to work before we can get money, and we have to pray for God to give us strength, particularly we women, to be able to that's our responsibility and roles of mothers and wives, to be able to really do the responsibility as expected of us, so that we can impact discipline to our children, to our husbands, as it's supposed to be, so that they will do what they are supposed to do and leave what they are not supposed to do undone.
Chief Mrs. Smarts Victoria has been my guest on the program today, and we took a deep and keen look at women and fight against corruption. You heard it all. We all collectively have to put our hands together and fight against corruption, especially the women. Alright, that's the bit we have for you on the program today. Don't forget to join us again for another beautiful edition of Women's World on OSRC Television. On behalf of my producer, Funke Adebuseye, I say many thanks for being part of the program. My name is Jane Aino. Bye for now.